Hi everyone, Joey Lott here, and today I want to talk to you about shame because this is a subject that has been coming up a lot in my correspondence with people, emails. Also, it's been coming up a lot in the Radical Self-Acceptance Immersion program, and so I thought it would be appropriate just to do a short video talking about this because obviously a lot of people deal with this. A lot of people want to know, what do I do about shame? And certainly I can relate to that because, like everybody, I've experienced plenty of shame. Shame is um, a part of the normal human experience. And what I can tell you is that this question, what do I do about shame, is something that can be really useful to take a look at because I wanted to get rid of shame, like so many of us want to do. And what I noticed eventually was that there was a pattern. The more I tried to get rid of shame, the more I indulged this question seriously, what do I do about shame? The worse things became. I just felt more ashamed. And then, of course, I felt that I had to do something about that. You see, it was a vicious cycle. So, what I found is that instead of asking the question, what do I do about this? Which is really just a way of saying, how do I get rid of it, right? I mean, that's what we want. It's not really what do I do, it's how do I get rid of this? What do I do to get rid of it? Sometimes we say, please God, help me. Help me to get rid of this shame. Help me to know what to do. Just tell me what to do so that I can feel better and be rid of this shame finally. But instead of asking that question, I think it's more useful to ask the question, what's happening right now? Just what's happening right now. And just to pay attention to how it is right now that I'm attempting to get rid of this shame, to get rid of this experience. So the idea here, what I'm suggesting, is just take a look. And you can do it right now, just to see whatever's happening right now. If there's, and this can apply to anything, but in this particular case, we're looking at shame. So if you can find this experience of shame right now, any bit of it, if you can tune into that right now, notice how it is right now that you're trying to get rid of shame. And I talk about this a lot in terms of a contraction or tension. And this may be a contraction or a tension that is felt in the body, usually, depending on your um, conditioning, your personality, whatever, these various factors. You may conceptualize it differently. You may have a sense that it's an energetic contraction, or it's a psychic contraction, or it's a spiritual contraction, or whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you have a sense of some kind of contraction and armoring, there's a tension trying to do something about this shame. It's a compulsion to do something, to get away from it, to get rid of it. So just notice that tension. How do you do the tension? And is it possible to let go of that tension? Now, just be careful here because I'm not suggesting that you need to get rid of the tension or the contraction. I'm not suggesting that you should turn that into your enemy, but I am suggesting that you can just take a look at how it is that you do that and see if it's possible to soften that just a little bit. Not so much to get rid of it, but just to explore and experiment and find out, what's it like simply to allow the experience of shame completely, even if just for a second. Because what I've noticed is that when we're trying to get rid of shame, there's an underlying assumption. It's unconscious. We don't even question it. Shame is unacceptable. I have to get rid of shame. So the idea, though, is to look directly and find out, is that true? Is it actually true that shame is unacceptable, that I must get rid of shame? And if I can have this experience, even if just for a second at a time, just to begin to have a taste of, you know, I'm I'm actually surviving this. And more than surviving, there's something here that's different than what I thought. Maybe shame isn't quite what I thought. Just allow that for a moment. Just to let go just for a moment, not to experience perfect relaxation, not to get rid of the shame. See, we often want to come back to, okay, but have I gotten rid of the shame yet? That's the way that we're measuring if we're successful or not. Yeah, this sounds nice, but it's not working because the shame is still here. See, the shame is allowed. So the idea is, even though I'm conditioned to reject this shame, even though I'm conditioned to to uh, to have this contraction in response to the shame, trying to protect myself from it, trying to distance myself from it, trying to get rid of it, I want to just start to allow it, allow the shame. And again, I just want to make this point because it's easy to get hung up on this. It's okay for the contraction, the tension to be here as well. We don't need to get rid of it because that's our self-protective mechanism and it's useful. It's what helps keeps us safe when it's appropriate. But we just want to start to soften that so that in this case, just to find out, do I actually need to protect myself? Is shame really dangerous? And is shame really what I thought it was? Because often it seems very urgent. I must escape this shame right now. I can't bear this shame even for another second. I have to get rid of it at all costs. I'll distract myself. I'll run away. I'll abuse all kinds of things just to try and get rid of this experience of shame that I have decided, or rather that's been told to me in some form or another, that this is not allowed. But I want to find out, is it allowed? Can it be allowed? What happens if it's allowed? Is it what I thought? And that's it. I think if you do that gently and repeatedly, you'll discover it's not what you thought, that it is allowed, and that it is just one of the many colors of life. It's one of the many experiences of life that is allowed. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope this has been entertaining, enjoyable, interesting, useful. If you are interested in more of these videos, please subscribe to this channel. And you're also welcome to visit my website, joeylott.com, and you can sign up for whatever offers I'm offering at the moment. As I'm recording this, I'm running the Radical Self-Acceptance Immersion Program, which is an ongoing exploration of these sorts of themes, and I would invite you to learn more about that. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that happens. Thank you. Bye.